Hello, I am Dr. Gorachand Ghosh speaking. Pranam to the elders, love and best wishes to the youngers, and namaskar to the same age group people of Greater India and Indian origins around the globe. I started my career as a physics scholar at the Bharat University, West Bengal, India in 1976 for doing research on nonlinear optical laser devices. In 1982, I received the Japanese government Monbusho scholarship for doing research work on optoelectronics at the Tokyo University. After that, I did research on optical fibers at the Central Research Laboratory of the Furukawa Electric Company Limited in Tokyo. I did some fundamental research work there. In 1986, I returned to India for the development of my mother India, and I had several positions in the Kolkata University and Jaipur University, besides the Hindustan Cables Limited as a manager of optical fiber. However, I migrated to Australia in 1992, and then in 1993 I moved to Japan for carrying out research work on high-tech field of optical technology as an Australian. In this period, I have solved some fundamental problems on optical materials and optical fibers communication technology for the whole world. And my name was nominated and published in the Marquis Who's Who in the World in 1996 as a physicist and educator. Subsequently, I wrote a reference book as a single author, and it was published by the Academic Press of USA in 1997. In 1999, I was the co-editor of another handbook published by Academic Press. I am a Google Scholar because of these fundamental research works. Since April 99, I am doing part-time research on Netaji Research with the advice of my Japanese professor Dr. Hiroyoshi Yajima. He gave me 2 photo albums of Netaji and unpublished written articles of his father Masayoshi Kakitsubo, who was the yellow cam interpreter and later on a personal secretary of Netaji in World War II. On 19 September 2017, I have written the ebook Unknown Facts of Netaji, Japan and Southeast Asia and published by Amazon all over the world. Subsequently, on 23rd of November 2019, Amazon has published the paperback book all over the world. Both the books are forwarded by Dr. Hiroyoshi Yajima, and the books are dedicated to Masayoshi Kakitsubo. In this video, I will show you the death news and proof of Netaji's death by the real indirect war criminal Nehru suppressed the facts and used the Secrecy Act of the British Raj for his claim that Netaji was a war criminal and hiding in Russia. The same tradition is continued throughout the Congress regime that Netaji was a war criminal. Nowhere in the world nobody has any claim, the British or United Nations or USA, that they did not claim Netaji was a war criminal. Only Nehru claimed it. All Indians should know this. Again, 4th February of 1944 and 45 were important dates on Netaji's life in World War II. I am showing you 2 NGOs who are engaged to make business by using the name of Netaji on this 77th anniversary day, this important day I am showing you. Death news of Netaji was published in the Hindustan Standard. This is the Hindustan Standard after receiving the announcement of the Jap News Agency on 22nd of August 1945 in London and 26th of August in 1945 in India. This is the Hindustan Standard News. As you can see, the Netaji died in the plane crash accident. And right side is the Domei Shinbun Japanese newspaper, and that death news of Netaji and Tsunamasa Shide died on 18th of August 1945, and it was published on this newspaper on 22nd of August 1945 at the Taihoku military bomber plane crash accident. And you can see these are the authentic news in Japanese agency, and also this is also through Japanese agency, the Hindustan Standard. These are the correct news published on the death of Netaji. Gandhi and Nehru did not believe the death of Netaji and claimed that Netaji, a war criminal, was hiding in Russia under the protection of Stalin on 27th of December 1945. This is the claim. The National Archive documents from document. This is the authentic documents that Nehru claimed that Netaji was a war criminal. These are the from the declassified file. We have got it. Again, Gandhi did not believe the death of Netaji in any air crash and sent a telegram to Sarath Chandra Bose not to perform any Shraddha ceremony. Even he said in a meeting at Kontai, Midnapur, that Netaji did not die. On 27 December 1945, Nehru wrote a letter to Clement Attlee, the Prime Minister of England, that your war criminal Netaji is hiding in Russia under the protection of Stalin, maybe with the advice of his Guru Gandhi. After Red Fort trial, Haibur Rahman Khan and Muhammad Zaman Kiani came to Woodburn Park house of Sarath Babu, stayed there for a fortnight of August 1946 and handed over the burnt wristwatch of Netaji to him as a proof of Netaji's death. The same wristwatch is now at Faizabad, transferred to Gonai Baba by Vijay Kumar Nag of Jayashree Prakashan, Kolkata. All Indians should know that how that used articles of Netaji from Kolkata went to Faizabad. This main person was Vijay Kumar Nag, sent everything to Faizabad. Now I am showing you the proof of Netaji's death by so many investigations since 1946. Under Lord Louis Mountbatten, the Supreme Allied Command of Southeast Asia, Colonel John Figgis, an intelligence officer, did investigation on Netaji's death. He submitted his report on 25th of July 1946 that Netaji died in the plane crash accident. It was conveyed to Nehru, but he kept it secret to others by following the Secrecy Act of the British Raj. The Figgis report and Leonard Gorach's investigation confirms 4 facts. Number 1, the crash near Taihoku Airport on 18th of August 1945 of a plane on which Subhash Chandra Bose was a passenger. Bose's death in the nearby military hospital on the same day. Number 3, Bose's cremation in Taihoku. And number 4, transfer of Bose's ashes to Tokyo. In 1947, Nehru shared a loot of Azadin Bank of Netaji after his death with S.A. Iyer and Ramamurthy. Ramamurthy lived throughout his life in Tokyo. Then, trust deed for welfare of Frau Emily Senkel, Mrs. Bose. On 23rd of May 1954, Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister of India, and Dr. Bidhan Chandra Rai, Chief Minister of West Bengal, created a trust deed of rupees 2 lakhs for the welfare of Frau Emil Senkel, Mrs. Bose. The money was received from the INA fund that was lying with the All India Congress Committee. The truth has revealed now that this welfare was made for maintenance, education and advancement of Anita Bose, who is the daughter of late Sri Subhash Chandra Bose. The following materials are retrieved from the declassified file H.G 6/1/2016 of the National Archives of India on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose papers under Ministry of External Affairs, year 1953, having the file number F2-Pol/Os/53. There are 5 places in the trust deed where late Sri Subhash Chandra Bose is typed. Now, Shahnawaz Khan Committee 1956, 3-man committee, Shahnawaz Khan, S.N. Maitra and Suresh Bose. Then Khosla Commission 1970, 1-man commission, Justice Khosla. And third was Mukherjee Commission 2005, Manoj Mukherjee, retired Supreme Court judge. He was a dam as claimed by renowned American historian Professor Gordon. I have claimed him as a Murkhaji after retirement. As I have realized, he was a Congress to judge throughout his life. Then Japanese government report 1956, declassified September 2016. It concluded that Bose died in a plane crash accident in Taiwan on 18th of August 1945. As I have told you, this is the proof. See, left side is the trust deed first page. There are 4 pages of trust deed. The first page I am showing here you, and all these trust deed are published in my all Amazon books. And this is a paper cutting of the declassified file from the Amrit Bazar Patrika, Allahabad, 25th of April 1956, relating to the death of Netaji on 18th of August 1945. That means you can see that when Nehru created that kind of commission, but before that all sorts of proofs are given that Netaji died on 18th of August 1945. However, Nehru did not believe, and he wanted to claim to prove his theory that Netaji is still living in Russia as a war criminal. That's why he did not disclose the facts and truths. And he was a real indirect war criminal, and in the present century, all Indians should know. This is the proof that before his commission, these are all proofs. That means he made the commission to give some sorts of giving money or public money to some of his slaves. That is the reason to make this kind of commission. 4th February 1944 and 1945 were the important dates of Netaji's life in the World War II. On 4th of February 1944, the INA fired its first shot in Arakan in the west of Burma. That was a proud day for Netaji. A new program of total mobilization or maximum sacrifice was placed before Indians in East Asia. Netaji delivered an historic speech to the INA at Burma on 4th of February 1945. Give me blood and I shall give you freedom. On this important date of 77th anniversary of that slogan, I am showing you the main 2 organizations who are engaged to do business in the name of Netaji, and by claiming that Netaji did not die on 18th of August 1945. Number 1 is the Netaji Research Bureau, NRB, Kolkata. It is Kolkata now, before it was Calcutta. Was created as an NGO by Dr. Shishir Kumar Bose, nephew of Netaji, in 1957 with the help of Nehru on the basis of disappearance mystery of Netaji. Although Nehru knew that Netaji died, but he had helped Dr. Bose to do research on the disappearance mystery of Netaji. Also, Nehru helped Ominath Bose for a posting as an ambassador in Burma. The NRB has been looting our public money in the name of research on Netaji's death mystery and by publishing some sorts of book publication. And that's all sorts of money actually they are received from the public money through government as an NGO. NRB suppressed the facts of Netaji's death as proved by Masayoshi Kakitsubo on 23rd January 1977. Suppression of facts is a criminal offense only to continue to loot public money in the name of Netaji. Maybe it was suppressed with the advice of Pranab Mukherjee, as I do feel. The same tradition is continued by the present chairman, Professor Sugata Bose, by doing copyright violation, a criminal offense, as proved in my all Amazon books. The photo NP48 photo was stolen from the ebook and stamped of Netaji Research Bureau for keeping in the website. Recently, it is replaced without the stamp on his lecture on 23rd of January 2022. On 23rd of January 2022, the cropped photo of NP48 is used as a pamphlet in their business, and I have protested it in the social media, Facebook and Twitter. You can see the Netaji Research Bureau, an NGO, is doing business in the name of Netaji since 1957. Now, the left side photograph, you can see Masayoshi Kakitsubo delivered a speech on 23rd of January 1977 at the NRB, having the proof of Netaji's death, but it was suppressed by Dr. Shishir Kumar Bose with the advice of Pranab Mukherjee. In 1995, he told me that NRB is the second enemy of Netaji after the Congress party led by Nehru. Actually, Masayoshi Kakitsuo knew very well both Gandhi, Nehru, Jinnah, Azad, all because his job was in Calcutta in 36, 37 and he knew all these political leaders. After publication of my Amazon ebook, the NRB bought it and I have noticed the cropped NP48 photo in their website with the stamped Netaji Research Bureau. I did correspondence with the director about this photo, but they did not bother to reply. All the mails, you can see these are my mails, are shown here for the Indian public about the copyright violation by the Netaji Research Bureau. This photo was not snapped by their forefathers or it is used to prove the death of Netaji in the Amazon books. You can see after stealing the NP48 photo from the ebook and by cropping and stamping, this is a stamp, their Netaji Research Bureau stamp, posted their website by violating the copyright laws. Even one person, he can say one person named Rana Chakraborty is claiming is Rana Chakraborty Sangraha. Again, Chandrakumar Bose used the cropped photo in his YouTube video and after my reporting that video was removed. And the last photo you can see on 21st of October 2018, 75th anniversary of Provisional Azadi government, the Netaji Research Bureau made a show by using all the stolen and cropped Amazon books photos and published in the Hindi newspaper. This photo is published in my all Amazon books so that all the Indians should know the British educated Indian historian copyright violator come criminal in this modern scientific and technology arena. The NRB is partially responsible to defame Netaji as Gumnami Baba because they did not believe the death of Netaji. Even particularly they strongly not claimed Netaji died on 18th of August 1945. You can see the copyright violator come criminal Sugata Bose has used the cropped NP48 photo of Netaji in his pamphlet. This photo was not his paternal property or not snapped by his forefathers. You can see this is the first time after reading my Amazon ebook, he is giving the true lecture on Netaji in Japan and Southeast Asia. What he had done since his study from Cambridge University, even before my ebook publication about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. As an historian, only he has learned to steal some copyrighted material and used in his business and book publication, as I do believe. All Indians should know this criminal who is engaged to defame Netaji for his own business after his parents join him. Now, the second organization, Mission Netaji at New Delhi, the second NGO, is engaged to do business in the name of Netaji since 2001 and defaming him as Gunai Baba without having any scientific evidence. Anuj Dhar, a Congress 2 journalist, was a reporter in the Hindustan Times. He made this NGO, Mission Netaji, in 2001 for his livelihood at New Delhi. It is a criminal organization now, engaged to defame Netaji as Gunai Baba and to distort the World War II history. Based on plagiarism, perjury, copyright violation, distortion of World War II history and defamation of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he has written some books published by Manas and Vitasta Publishing from New Delhi, India. Some books are Back from Dead Inside the Subhash Bose Mystery, CIA's Eyes on South Asia, India's Biggest Cover-Up, Conundrum, along with co-author Gorachand Ghosh. The book Conundrum is totally misguiding book based on 100% conspiracy theory, defamation of Netaji and baseless material. How can they claim that after death of Netaji, he was their Baba Gumnami at Faizabad? Since October 2017, I have come to know this organization. In my research, I have found the following main so-called Indian educated copyright violators come criminals. Anuj Dhar, Chandrachud Ghosh, Vishal Sharma, Sayantan Dasgupta, and Sujit Panikar of Mission Netaji. I am claiming them as criminal because copyright violation is a criminal offense. Actually, I have come to know this Indian author cum copyright violator, Sriman Anuj Dhar, since 8th of October 2017. You can see Sriman Dhar, and he has done his activities to fool and loot Indians in the name of Netaji by using this all bullshit books. These photos were not snapped by his forefathers or his granddad who fought against Netaji and INA in Imphal as he claimed by himself. His granddad was in the British Indian Army. He has not snapped these kind of photos for his own distorting history like this. This Sriman Anujdhar thought after stealing, cropping, and posting in the social media, Twitter, Facebook, I could not have know that. But in the modern days of science and technology, nobody can steal, nobody can cheat. Everything can be found out. Now, Sriman Dhar, how dare he is! He thought himself like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. All Indians should know this coward, stupid, so-called Netaji researcher of India. Actually, this I just retrieved from that his posting from Facebook, and I made this posting on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook only, it was 21st of August 2018, so that all Indians, particularly those who are following Facebook, they should have known how Anuj Dhar did this kind of activities. You can see another posting I did in the social media Facebook. Here you can see that this is there are so many photos from the Amazon ebook he has stolen. This is NP48, this is NP21, this is NP28, this kind of photos, and this is also Bijoy Kumar Nag. He gave the photo to Bijoy Kumar Nag for publication in some magazine. This is the Bijoy Kumar Nag, also a criminal, as I realized how dare they are to stealing and using to fool the Indians. Where from they got this photo? They must have to clarify. This is not the old days. As they can do anything, it is not acceptable at all. Another proof of copyright violation by Sriman Anuj Dhar of the criminal organization Mission Netaji at New Delhi. These are also another proof you can read. This is the one article I wrote and published in the Facebook in 2018, as I remember. This is the actually Mohalwar Day. I posted in the social media Facebook about these criminal activities about this organization Mission Netaji at New Delhi. Also, this is an important research article written and published by me in the social media Facebook. Also, it is published in my all Amazon books. All Indians are requested to read this important article and know about the criminal Anuj Dhar, who is engaged to defame Netaji without having a single proof of evidence that Netaji did not die, came to India via Russia. How can he claim, see, this photo created or stolen from somewhere, that, and Anuj Dhar claimed this is the photo of Netaji. And he made a computer mark photo of Netaji and claimed that it is the photo of Netaji. This is totally wrong, totally absolutely wrong. This means how he can claim that after death of Netaji he came back to India through Russia. Totally wrong, and there is no single proof at all. Again, Mr. Dhar gave a lecture at Kolkata to fool and loot Indians in the name of Netaji. These are the proofs you can see. Both the photos were posted in the Facebook and Twitter, but he was unable to give me the answer to my questions as I requested in 2019. Again, you can see how there he is to think himself like Netaji. He is making all fools to the Indians by showing this kind of posting to the all Indian younger generation. And the younger generation praised him just like they cannot think or they cannot imagine. All younger generation must know it is for his livelihood he is using the name of Netaji to fool you. Now this I had the questions where, as I can again telling you, what is the source of this photo of Netaji where you are using? When and how Netaji went to Russia? How long Netaji lived in Russia? When and how Netaji left Russia and came to India? How long Netaji lived at Faizabad, as you have claimed? Do you know Gandhi and Nehru made the death mystery of Netaji? How many dummy Netaji were created by Nehru after World War II? Why have you created computer marked photo of Netaji in 2001? Can you find any similarity of your marked photo with that of real one now? Why your Gunai Baba had no photos? These were my questions, but he never bothered to give me reply in the social media at all. Again, you can see the big news. This is 23rd of January 2022, but this year they make a big news by using my ebook photo NP48 cropping, and this is a criminal activity again continuing there. They mentioned that Taiwan, why Netaji went missing, offers to open to national archives and database to rediscover his legacy. A lot of historical documents and evidence on Netaji and Indian independence movement are in Taiwan. All bullshit stories. There are no Indian movement or anything in Taiwan at all. Only Netaji passed through that place and that's all. And we remember now, this photo was created by Sayantan Dasgupta Mission Netaji on 23rd of January 2022 by violating the copyright laws in India using the NP48 photo of Netaji published in the Amazon books all over the world for the first time. After my reporting, both the Facebook and Twitter have removed it. The Indian criminals should know that it is a copyrighted photo. He is really a shaitan. The following links were removed, these links. In this context, all Indians should know the legacy of the Indian topmost copyright violator come criminal Anuj Dhar. He has claimed that he received an email from the Taiwan government about there was no plane crash on 18th of August 1945. He had no idea and knowledge that Taihoku was under the Japanese military government since 1895 until 25th of October 1945. The Japanese military government took most of the important documents to Tokyo and destroyed other documents there before handing over to the Taiwanese government. The truth always prevails. Netaji died on 18th of August 1945 at the Mamon Military Hospital after the plane crash accident on the same day. This is the statue of Netaji at the Renkoji temple. This is the ashes kept there. Actually, I am a fortunate man of paying homage to the pious soul of Netaji since 1993 to 1999 at the Renkoji temple many times. Our past president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and our Prime Minister, late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, paid homage to Netaji there. Atal Bihari Vajpayee visited twice, and his plaque is very important one to the Indians, and particularly to Modiji. Modiji must see that plaque of Vajpayee ji. I have published all the plaques and everything in my Amazon books. In that case, also remember Nehru and Indira Gandhi visited in this place, but they did not pay homage to Netaji. They gave information. They praised to Lord Buddha. That's all. There is no mention of Netaji by Nehru and Indira Gandhi because they claimed Netaji was a war criminal hiding in Russia. That's why they did not mention anything there. On Netaji's 125th birth anniversary, Modi government must declare Netaji was the first Prime Minister of Greater India and 21st of October 1943 was our Independence Day. Number second, ashes of Netaji must be brought to India. Scattered a portion of it in the Ganges River at Haridwar and the remaining portion should be kept at the recently built Netaji Temple in Varanasi. Interested Netaji lovers can subscribe my YouTube channel to know about Netaji based on recent Amazon books, all English and Hindi. In the Hindi, the English paperback book also published, and you can have the Amazon in Indian website. All over the world, Amazon published. The Indian link is here. Similarly, Hindi link is here. You can see, you can read free of cost some look inside about the books. Although if you don't want to buy, you can go look inside. At least you can get the information about the books. Now, last I am telling you that Jai Hind, Jai to Netaji, Vande Mataram.